Hello, welcome back. So I'm looking like a little bit of a mess right now, but that's okay. I wanted to do a comparison video because I have two stick foundations and I wanted to compare because one of them is high-end and one of them is drugstore. So I want to see which one's better. I haven't really done anything like this before, so I'm kind of just gonna get right into it. Okay, so I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. This guy here, it retails for about $50. I have it in the color 120Y245. And to be honest with you, I don't love this foundation. People love it. I bought it because everyone swears by it. I bought it. It's okay. Don't love it. Don't love it. Then I have the Joe Fresh Stick Foundation. I have two shades. One's in sand and one's in almond. One's a little bit too dark. The almond one's pretty dark. I think this only comes in about 6 colors, and then the other one might be just right for right now. So I can already tell you, for a plus side for the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation is that it comes in like 30 colors. It comes in a lot of colors, not 30, but it comes in a lot. So if you find it a little bit hard to match your skin tone, probably will be able to find a foundation stick in your shade with Makeup Forever. With the Joe Fresh Stick Foundation, I think there's only 6 shades, so could be a little bit harder for you to find a color to match, but that's one thing. But the price would be, obviously Joe Fresh wins for the price because damn, this is expensive. So basically, I just put on my serum. I didn't put on a primer. I was going to put a primer on, but then I kind of thought about it and I kind of want to see how the products work without a primer. Or am I making a mistake? Should I wear a primer? I look like I'm freaking Halloween. Like, really? Really? Should I put on a primer? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do no primer because I feel like I want the trueness to show. So basically the time right now, I'm going to check in, come back in this video and show you how it's wearing. So right now the time is 12:37. On my left side, I'm going to apply the Makeup Forever HD stick. Here we go. I think the first time that I tried this product, the reason why I really didn't like it, I think I applied way too much, which I'm probably doing too much right now. Okay. Okay, so off the bat, creamy, glides on super nice, feels good, feels good. Now I'm gonna do the Joe Fresh on the right side of my face in the color Sand. I still think that, like this sand color is gonna be a little dark. I'm probably gonna look a little crazy, but I don't know. Actually, it's a tiny bit darker. The sand is a tiny bit darker than the Makeup Forever Y245. So it's a tiny bit darker. Still has an olive undertone. This would be good if I'm tanned. Like more tanned. Okay, off the bat, same kind of texture. To be quite honest with you, I don't really see a difference in texture. I don't really see a difference in the way it shows my pores. Like both of them, I feel like they show my pores pretty equally. So here I have a wet beauty blender and I'm just going to start blending out the foundation. So I'm going to do the Makeup Forever side first. Okay, so far I noticed the Makeup Forever is blending out super nice. Definitely easy to blend this foundation. It looks pretty smooth on the skin. It hasn't separated. Sometimes I find with stick foundation it can separate and look pretty weird. But this is looking pretty good when blended out. It gives my skin a natural finish, so it's a full coverage, but it doesn't look like a pure mask. You can still see my skin. It's still skin-like, not too crazy. Okay, next I'm gonna go into the Joe Fresh. Okay, so this also is blending out really nice. I would say that It doesn't blend out as evenly as the Makeup Forever does, but it's pretty good. It's not bad at all, so definitely blending out. I definitely, this color is really good if you have olive undertones. It's not pink at all. Okay, well, I don't even know. This is pretty bomb. Both of them. So far. We have to see how it wears. To be honest with you, the color is definitely better for me on this side right now than this side, but I feel like they look the same. Like, they're both the same. They both look the same. The finish is the same. I actually wanted to say that the Joe Fresh gives a slightly better coverage. Like, I feel like it does cover a tiny bit better than the Makeup Forever. I feel like the Makeup Forever has a little bit more radiance to it, maybe, and then this one is more of a matte finish. Okay, so the colors are not too far off, and I've noticed that the Makeup Forever, it kind of has already settled into, I have a laugh line, I feel like. I have laugh lines, and I feel like the Makeup Forever has kind of already settled into this one little line here, where the Joe Fresh hasn't settled yet into the line. So I don't know, guys. So far, I can't really say what I like better. So I'm just going to pat it all in, blend it all in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup. I'm going to go set everything. And then I'll probably come back then a couple hours and show you what the deal is between the two foundations. But maybe I can just do a little zoom in right now and see if you can see anything. Here, this is the Joe Fresh stick. This is the coverage on the stick. This is the Makeup Forever stick. Definitely better coverage from the Joe Fresh, I would say a little bit, but they're looking both pretty good. The way they both feel. Okay, so the Makeup Forever is definitely a little bit more tacky than the Joe Fresh. The Joe Fresh is almost dry, like it almost feels like it's pretty much dry, and the Makeup Forever does feel a little bit more tacky. Okay, so I'm checking in. Let's give you a time. I finished my makeup. We are now at 1:43. 1:43, okay. So all I did to set the foundation today is I went in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set my face, and then I just went ahead and did the rest of my makeup like normal. So this side is the Makeup Forever HD stick, and this side is the Joe Fresh foundation stick. Okay, so what I do notice is that the Joe Fresh to me has better coverage. And it still looks natural. Like, it still doesn't look phony, but it has better coverage on the Joe Fresh stick. What I've noticed with the Joe Fresh foundation stick, which I've noticed before, is that it does sometimes tend to go a little splotchy when you're applying like bronzer or contour. So today wasn't so bad actually. I just noticed like there was a tiny little patch right here that I feel like, I don't know, you probably can't even see it. It's really, really tiny, but I feel like it did kind of take the bronzer and kind of like bunch it together just a tiny bit here. With the Makeup Forever, I feel like it's a lot. Once I set it, the powders went on a lot smoother. Pores. Again, I feel like it blushed up a bit here too when I put the setting powder on. Oh, there's a big clash mess today. Holy shit. Should have done my lipstick orange. I don't know. I feel so far that everything else, though, like my pores and the texture of my skin is all the same, both areas. I don't feel like pores are showing more on one side. I don't feel like I'm dry on either side. So as of right now, pretty good. Both pretty similar, especially if you're gonna, so far, equal. I'm gonna give them, they're tied right now, tied. So I'm gonna check back in. I'm not gonna powder my face for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna leave it be. I wanna see where the oil comes. I wanna see which is better for oily skin, which sticks. So I'm just gonna leave my face the way it is. I'm not gonna blot it, I'm not gonna powder it, and I'll probably check back in within a couple of hours and let you know my thoughts. I am back. So it is now 4:02. 4:02. Okay, so at 4 o'clock, this is looking pretty spectacular. Both sides are looking great. A tiny bit of oil I noticed around this nose, so the Joe Fresh side of the nose, and both sides of my forehead are looking a little bit oilier, but Joe Fresh looks a tiny bit oilier, but they're pretty equal. So at this point, both foundations are pretty good. I'm going to do another check back probably in 2 more hours. That's when you'll probably notice a difference in oil, because I am combination skin and I do get really oily throughout the day, and I'm always blotting my face and adding powder. I'm going to go about with the rest of my day and check back in a couple hours, and that will probably be my final and true test within a couple hours, and I'll tell you if you should just save your money and just buy this guy, because as of right now I'm thinking that this is pretty equivalent. So I'll check back in a bit. Checking in, check 1, 2. So basically it is 7 o'clock, 6:54 on there. I took my dog for a walk, but that's about it. I didn't do anything today. I was super lazy. So I asked my boyfriend on the walk, I showed him, I'm like, okay, so one side of my face is high-end foundation, and then the one side is drugstore. So what do you think looks better? He actually looked at me for about a minute and he told me that the Joe Fresh side looked better. And he couldn't believe that that was the cheaper one. So by me looking at my skin, both sides, actually the oil control is pretty decent. Like I don't have any super oily spots, except for my forehead is looking shiny. Tip of my nose is just looking shiny because it is a I put highlight, so that's why that looks a little shiny. The only thing I'm noticing is on the Joe Fresh side, I'm feeling like the foundation right in this area here, it looks a little patchy. I don't know, can you see? Okay, yes, you can see. Okay, so this side here, the foundation looks like it's kind of separated a bit. And this side here, it's separated a little bit, but not as much as this side here. Now that we're zoomed in, you might as well just see my whole face. I haven't touched my lipstick and I actually ate, so this is the NYX. I mixed 2 colors together. It's their Longwear liquid suede lipstick, so I mixed 2 colors still on. So, see what I'm talking about? It's oily here, and both sides are separated, and my pores over here and over here, I feel like they look the exact same, and my forehead on both sides, it's oily on both sides, not crazy oily, but a little bit. But I feel like one side is not worse than the other side. So the only thing I've had problems with both foundations is the breakup around my nose. But my nose always does water, it's just one of these things. So it's probably the foundation like dripping and just moving. From the camera though, the Makeup Forever side kind of looks worse, I feel like, than the Joe Fresh side. But the chin on the Joe Fresh side, it's all broken apart. It almost looks dry, but it's not, it's oil. So this side's a little bit worse. What I have to say about these foundations are, okay, so they're both good. Again, like this is not my favorite foundation just for the terms of, I find it does separate on me. I think this foundation would be better if you're a little bit drier and you need a little bit more moisture into your skin, just because I'm more a fan of the liquid than the stick. It's an okay foundation, but in terms of the Joe Fresh one, after this comparison, I would just tell people basically to save their money and to go with the Joe Fresh stick. And I've also noticed too, if you're even a little bit, if you're dry, the Joe Fresh stick you might really like because they do incorporate coconut oil into these sticks, so it's super hydrating and it's good for your skin. And actually, when I come to think of it, I have a combination skin. I haven't touched up during the day. For combination skin with a product that has coconut oil into it, like it's pretty good. Like it's not that bad. Except for this one spot here, it ain't that bad. So when it comes down to it, I have to say these are both great foundations. If you're on a budget, I definitely would pick up Joe Fresh. Even if you're not on a budget, I would pick up Joe Fresh. Makeup Forever, it's a great foundation too. For most people, a lot of people like this foundation. For me, it's not my favorite, but I know a lot of people do like it. But when it comes time to pick and choose between the two, I can't say that one's bad. So they're both good foundations. They basically both do the exact same thing. And if you want a heavier coverage than the makeup forever stick but still want your face to look natural, the Joe Fresh to me was definitely a better coverage. And even my boyfriend, who's not a makeup expert, he said that this side of my face with the Joe Fresh stick looked better. So there you go. And that will be my first review, high-end versus low-end, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see me do any other videos in the future, high-end versus low-end, let me know, and I'll put them on my channel. So until next time, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Take care. Bye. Yes, bye. Take care. Yes, bye. Take care. Just in time. The dog is saying goodbye.